Hey, Baylor fans, this is your call to gear up with Harley-Davidson of Waco. Whether you're hitting the open road or tailgating at McLean Stadium, we've got the ride to match your Bear pride. Check out our wide selection of new and pre-owned motorcycles, visit our service department, or shop all the latest gear and accessories to show off your Baylor spirit and Harley pride. Visit us today and find your freedom on two wheels. Harley-Davidson of Waco, where Baylor fans never ride alone. Visit in-store or at hdwaco.com. Sic Em Bears.
Welcome into the Sic Em Podcast presented by Harley-Davidson of Waco. Got a real treat for you this week. Welcome in Ethan Calder, junior left-hander from Baylor Baseball, and welcome to the Sic Em Podcast.
Thank you for having me.
Glad you're here. We're going to get to know you a little bit more, know the team a little bit more. Yeah. You got a great family Baylor background, don't you?
Yeah, about 10 people in my family have attended Baylor, including my sister this year. She went through Rush this spring, so she's a Tri-Delt.
Shout out Tri-Delts. Very good. Yeah. Very good. So how far does that go back? Your grandfather played football at Baylor.
Played football, yeah. He got hurt, I think, his sophomore year, and then they kept his scholarship, and he was a player coach for here, so he enjoyed his time here. And then my great aunt played volleyball here.
Oh, what's her name?
Kathy Shackelford.
Okay, so, very good.
Yep.
Nice. So that's a great Baylor background in your family. Yeah. You're coming out of Lake Travis High School. Were you always going to Baylor, or did you look at other schools, or how was that?
The recruiting process was, I don't want to go through it again, but yeah, always in my mind was Baylor. Even visiting other schools, I was like, I'm going to wait, see where I stand with Baylor. I remember I was driving back from a visit to Oklahoma State, and I was like, man, like it was cool, but I got to wait for Baylor. They actually called me that day, and I visited the next week and committed on the spot.
So. Oh, nice. Nice timing there.
Yeah, it was, yeah.
That's great. But you came in as a walk-on, right?
Yes.
And so what was that like? I mean, you knew you wanted to come to school here. Yeah. What was that process like for you?
Scary, honestly. Yeah. The fall, a lot of competition. There was a lot of guys on roster at the time, so, I didn't really know where I stood. Hurt my hand. I actually came in as a hitter. Hurt my hand, got hamate surgery. So did playoff fall, kind of left winter break, didn't know where I stood, didn't know whether I was going to be on the team in the spring or anything. Came back and threw with Blake Helton at the time. He went to Lake Travis, and I started throwing. Coach called me. He's like, can you pitch for us? It's like, yeah, whatever you need me to do. And, just hit the ground running from there.
Wow.
But it's definitely a scary first year.
Yeah, I bet. So you're coming in, you're trying to win a spot on the team, and you go through the fall and you can't hit because of the injury.
Yeah.
That makes it tough, doesn't it?
Very tough, very tough. But got a lot stronger in the weight room.
Yeah.
Spent all my time there. And just watching the game, because college, it's a fast game, way faster than high school. So I think just watching it and sitting back and watching helped me a lot.
So you came in as an outfielder. It wasn't outfielder / pitcher.
No, yeah.
And Baylor at that point, Coach Thompson's looking around and looking for a left-handed pitcher. And how did it come about that he came to you eventually and said, you pitched in high school, right?
Yeah. So it's actually funny is McLennan was recruiting me, and they recruited me as a two-way.
Okay.
So they kind of knew Coach Thompson was the one at McLennan at the time. So he kind of knew I had a little pitch ability in me, and I guess once he got the job here, he remembered it and was like, oh, we only have one lefty on the team.
Right.
Need another one. So,
which, for a guy that's trying to make the team, I would guess you'd say, yeah, I can do that.
Yeah, absolutely. I was trying to find any way to make the team at that point. So, yeah.
Good. And again, a team that needed, or a staff that needed a left-hander. So do you go completely, so in that spring, you go completely pitcher, or you pitcher outfielder?
No, I still in my mind was like, I'm a hitter. I'm just going to do this, try to make the team here. And then I remember the first game, I'm putting wrist tape on, like I'm ready to hit.
Yeah.
And I remember the second game, I think it was against Central Michigan, they throw me down in the pen. And I was like, what? Taking my wrist tape off as quick as I can. I didn't really expect to pitch, especially early on, but man, it came quick. Yeah. So
very good. So you become a pitcher, and the rest is history, as they say. History is still being written. But for you, that freshman year, what were some of the highlights for your freshman year here?
Probably beating Texas, or here on the walk-off to Polanski gets a single. That was a highlight for sure. And I think just that whole freshman year experience, especially here at Baylor, is it's a joy. So I tried to soak it in as much as I can, traveling with all the guys. It was a lot of fun.
Good. For a guy from Austin to beat Texas, that's always going to be big.
Yeah.
Let's flash forward to last year, your sophomore season.
Yeah.
How about March 22nd? Is that a date?
That was a fun one. That was a fun one for sure. Yeah.
That was fun for all of us.
Yeah.
You were playing Texas in Austin. You come into a game, tight game, Friday night. You come into the game in the 8th inning.
Yeah, that was a dream moment right there. I mean, I remember I would go to ball games all the time there. It's about 15, 20 minutes from my house. Yeah. So grew up watching games at Dish Falk, and come in, there's a lot of people standing, bases loaded, no outs, and I was like, oh, I got to get some outs here. And then whatever happened. Altman gets a double, and I was like, I have to finish this game for him. So it was a great team win that game.
Oh, that was huge. 4-3 in 10 or 11 innings, innings, I think. So had you pitched at Dish Falk before in high school?
I hadn't. That was my first time.
That was first time?
First experience. I still got scared by the cannon that they shoot off.
Right.
I even knew it was coming because I watched games there, and I'm in the bullpen, flinching every time.
The cannon.
But it was fun.
What a great performance that was by the entire team, but for you to finish things off and get the extra inning win.
Yeah, that was fun. Mason pitched a great game. He threw 6-7 innings and kept us in there, and Hale came in, kept us in there. So that was a fun one.
Good. That started a scoreless streak for you, didn't it?
Yep. That was fun. It was a fun little run. I tried not to think about it too much.
Right.
I kept seeing. I was like, ooh, that's how many scoreless. But I remember I was actually thinking about it. We're playing Cincinnati is when it broke, and I remember there were bases loaded, and I was like, come on, I'm not letting up a run.
Yeah.
I gave up a belt-high fastball and just grand slam. So that's a way to break a scoreless streak.
That's the way that ended it.
Yeah.
But it was 13 1/3 maybe? Scoreless?
I can't remember exactly, but yeah, something like that.
It was around 13. Great performance there. You became one of the, if not the most reliable arms out of the bullpen last year, and then you moved into the starting rotation at West Virginia.
Yeah. That was a fun time to get a start at West Virginia, kind of get that under my belt. I was actually TBA, so the whole weekend I'm in the pen, don't know if I'm going to throw, and kind of the morning I was like, all right, I guess I'm starting. So
yeah. What's from your perspective the mindset of a bullpen guy compared to a starter?
For me personally, it doesn't really change too much. I think out of the pen, for me, I try not to completely lock in on focusing on throwing until I'm actually in the game for bullpen, because you can get caught up on stressing yourself out the whole game. Starting's a little different because you know exactly when you're going to go in, so you can kind of get your mind prepared, an hour and a half before. But out of the pen, I like to kind of stay, joking with guys in the dugout, all that stuff, and then flip a switch because you never know what's going to happen in the pen.
Joking in the bullpen, that there's a lot of that goes on, right?
Yeah, as a pitcher only, and you're not pitching that game, it's one of the most fun times of baseball.
I can see that.
Yeah.
I would like to spend some time in the bullpen with you guys. I think that would be really fun.
Yeah, it's a great time.
Who's the biggest? Are you the biggest jokester down there when you were in the pen?
I don't know. It used to be Grant Colomb.
Yeah.
He was hilarious down there. But we have the freshmen this year are hilarious. Yeah. So sometimes I just sit back and listen to whatever they want to say.
So pretty much full-time starter now, or I would say full-time starter. You may be in the weekend rotation this year. What goals do you have for yourself personally?
Personally, I just want to build on my year last year. I really just want to play good for Baylor. I love Baylor. I want to see us win. So personally, that's what I want to see us do. I want to see our team come together and just put together a solid year. After those 2 years, I think we had a better team last year than we showed. So I want us to kind of show what we have this year, because I know we have a really talented team.
Yep. Injuries really hit y'all hard last year, didn't they?
I mean, those first couple weeks, I was like, is everyone going to get, are we going to have a team anymore? I thought I was about to go have to play outfield after that. I mean, that was brutal. But everyone's back healthy. Gavin, Scoob, Pendergrass, they're all back healthy, even better than we thought. So they're ready to go. Man,
that's really good. How about another note from last year? Max Calderon tells us you have the second lowest ERA of any returning pitcher in the Big 12. I mean, that's saying something.
Yeah, it's a huge chip on my shoulder, but I try not to look at things like that, especially since it's last year, just because you can kind of get caught up in every game you're looking at your stats, all that stuff. So I try not to get caught up too much in that. But yeah, when he told me that, it was kind of cool stats.
Sure. Yeah. Good play. Just know it and then put it out of your mind.
Exactly. Yeah.
What do you think about, so at one point you were one of two left-handed pitchers on the staff. And now this year with this class coming in, unbelievable group of left-handers.
Yeah, it's great because I'm learning from them.
Huh.
Even these freshmen that are coming in, the JUCO guys that are coming in, they're really good. So it's really nice to see coming in with one or two, and then now we're all lefties.
Yeah.
So, but it's good because we learn on each other's pickoff moves now.
Oh, really?
So that's a fun thing. We'll spend 30 minutes a day trying to tweak everyone's pickoff moves. So
interesting, like learning from each other,
Because lefties, you're looking at them, you can have a good move. So we're all bouncing the ideas off each other, how we can pick off the most guys. So
who's got the best pickoff move right now?
Ooh, that's a tough one.
Might be you.
Stahl will have a good one.
Okay.
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah.
So you spend that much time
Yeah.
kind of looking at each other pickoff moves.
Yeah. Coach Sned, he's done a great job with us, holding runners, hold times, and we've kind of taken that and ran with it. So we spend a lot of time doing pickoffs.
Good. Tell me about Coach Snedeker. New this year. What's he like to work with?
Huge. He brings a calming presence to the staff, fill the strike zone. I think it's just a philosophy change for us. I think last year we kind of got caught up and we need to do good. Like we're kind of free now with Coach Sned. He frees us up a little bit, and I think on the mound I definitely feel it. Even in the inner squads, I feel like he believes in me, I believe in myself. Like, let's do this.
Good. What's his mantra? What's the main thing that he hammers in to you guys?
Anything in particular?
Fill up the zone.
No walks.
Yeah.
Hold runners as well.
I like that. Everybody's going to like that.
Yeah. Everyone will. Yeah. It's been, and you can see it if you come out and watch these inner squads. I mean, we're filling up the zone. I mean, there's three walks a game, with 18 total innings.
Wow.
So it's been awesome to see.
That's good. And faster to the plate or quicker to the plate, holding the runners better.
Yeah. That'll be especially with Court behind the plate. I don't think a lot of guys like to run on Court because, he's got a good arm back there. So I think with our hold times and Court throwing, I think it's a good combination to hold some runners.
Terrific. That's great. What about the off season with Dan Darcy here? I hear great things about the improvements y'all have all made in the weight room.
Oh, yeah. We get after it. Huh. I mean, you'll walk into the Hires is where we lift. I mean, it's bumping. 6 o'clock at night after our practice, it's bumping. We're getting lifts in, and you can tell everyone's getting stronger. I think Cam Cluett put up 700 pounds on deadlift.
Oh, gosh.
Never even seen that before, and he's a freshman. So, yeah, it's a big difference. Our jump numbers are up, our weight's up, our strength is up. So it's been a really good fall, really fun fall as well.
Yeah. And as a pitcher, how do you balance, improve strength, not losing any flexibility?
So after every lift, we'll do a kind of mobility stretch that Darcy's kind of incorporated in the lifts. So that's a big one. Also pre-throw, getting some type of mobility in there with your strength exercises. And I think Darcy and Snad have done a good job of hammering that into us and telling us, like, you got to keep up this because if you're going to get stronger, you're going to have to also have your muscles loose.
Sure.
Yeah.
All right, so we're on the cusp of the start of a new season, your true junior season, your third year at Baylor. What's your feel? I mean, you're on the inside. What's your feel about this team and what you can accomplish this year?
I think it's going to be a special group. I think we're going to be a special group to watch. I think early on in the year, we're really excited to get out there. I think we have a veteran lineup, and I think the mix of pitching we have now and the talent we have and the strike ability that we have, it's going to be fun to watch, and I think we're going to surprise a lot of people.
Good. And with more options pitching-wise, that's got to help everybody.
Oh, it's going to help. It's going to help everything, right? Because say one guy goes out there and that's our guy, he struggles. I know we have about 5, 6, 7 guys that can back him up that can do the same thing he does. So that's something we haven't had in a couple of years, and I think you'll see it this year.
And the defense behind you, it's got to be pretty good, comforting feeling.
Yeah, our middle infield is going to be Tyreek's been really good.
Yeah.
Travis Sanders, new transfer, in really good. To Plansky, Pendergrass, Scoop. The first base is going to be a revolving door. It's going to be cool to see because everyone can hit at first base, and it'll be really cool. And then our outfield, probably one of the best outfields in the Big 12, I'd say personally. But
nice. I would not disagree with that one bit.
Yeah.
So sorry, no Texas on the schedule. Right? We don't play Texas in non-conference this year.
I wish we did. That would be fun.
I know. Is that strange, having grown up in Austin and them being part of the Big 12 for all those years?
Watching them, I went to actually their playoff game against Clemson. And it was just weird seeing the SEC logo on their field. It's just a little different. No, you not being there. It's a little weird, but the new teams coming in, Arizona State, like those teams are really good. So
they bring a lot.
They do.
They do. Do you see? Are you going to do? You're going to do whatever the coaches ask you to do. Do you see yourself as a weekend starter guy?
I mean,
would you like that?
I think every pitcher would love a starting role, but again, I'm really comfortable out of the pen. I feel comfortable starting. So, like you said, it's kind of whatever is up to coach, and I think we have a lot of guys that can start. And I think we have a lot of guys in the pen. So, kind of. Wherever they put me, I'll be happy with.
I was thinking more weekend starter, not starter or reliever, but you're open to whatever.
Yeah, well, I mean, whatever they want me to do, I'm here for it.
Good. Well, season's here. It's going to be fun. There's a lot of excitement around this program. Do you sense that?
Yeah, I feel it for sure. I think there's a lot of excitement in the players. I think, last year left a bad taste in our mouth. I think that this year with all our core group returning, I think we're really excited to kind of show like, hey, this is what we had last year. We're going to show you this year, like we're for real.
Yeah. Looking forward to it.
Yeah.
Thanks for the visit. Hope you have a great year, and good luck kicking things off, and appreciate you being with us today.
Of course. Thank you for having me.
All right. Ethan Calder, Baylor left-hander from Austin with Baylor Baseball.